that's better. Right, I'll see you soon. Hopefully, I have these on. Thanks so much, that's perfect. Hopefully it's not too loud and not too quiet, but you never know. Let's just hope it's up tier. It's up tier? Sort of. The lot tornadoes 11.0, I think. Which means I'm probably going to face other tornadoes. Excuse me, what other MiG is it? I can't remember which one it is. There is one that has well, they all have actually R60s, don't they? Or thereabouts. Hopefully not too many of them have climbed. If not, if they have, then I'm screwed. It looks like my entire team's just going for the bases, or racing for the bases. F40EJ, which has got to be the, I bet that's the premium Phantom from Japan. F55s, F8, not too bad spread actually. Oh, there's one there. I have no idea who it is. How far is it? 15 kilometres. I want to get closer. I think that's an F8, I think. Come on, yep. Don't dump flares, don't dump flares, don't dump flares. Doesn't see me. Bosh, easy. Right, who's next? A10's down low. F111 Aardvark. Maybe not. Have the F5. Nah, I don't know about that. Maybe. Oh shit. Shit. Oh, thanks A6. Just rip your own wings off. That's right, I learned that the hard way, don't worry. Where is he? There he is. Come on. That might be too much G. Hit the ground. That'll do. Alright, let's disengage. Get some more airspeed. I didn't think that was actually going to hit him personally, but I'll take it.
Attention
I mean, to be fair, that works. Oh, well, 3 kills out of 1 match, that'll do me. Oh dear. Now, do I buy the F-16 yet? How much does the crew? Crew cost 310,000. I don't think I will. I think I might just save it until I've got all 3 of these unlocked. And then I'll start buying for them, I think. I don't really want to use the Kafir C7. I mean, it will get Python 3s, but I do not, I do not fancy using that in top tier games at all. Oh, right, what's next? Let's check statistics. Oh, that might be, F111. It might be alright actually, that looks like quite a decent down tier. I reckon it might be 10.0, maybe 10.3. I should really grind for the F111. I might actually do that. Maybe. I think I'll finish the Israeli tree and then over the next goal go for the F111 Aardvark. Although knowing me, I'll probably change my mind and go and stick with the Israeli ground tree next. That's one less enemy for us to kill. No, it's anything like what I've been doing. Don't text and fly. Worst mistake of my life. The only boring part is flying into the combat zone. Don't get it wrong, I don't really miss it. Just the fact the maps are no bigger, so you don't actually fly straight in, they don't last every 5 seconds. Shit. I really should stop looking at my phone while I'm flying. That's no problem. I did not know teachers actually were allowed to message their students, believe it or not. Well, to be fair, in my day it weren't like that, I suppose. Take that, little Shenyang. If you want to buy a premium, buy one lower tier if you've only just started playing. Actually no, don't. I like this, it's like the Call of Duty Christmas noobs. Makes me look better when I'm not, I'm actually god awful terrible. I'm about to get blown out of the sky right now. How the hell? Yep. That's worth a try. Oh, that could have been so much better. Oh well. Oops. There we go. I know people might get bored of the... So I'm going to absolutely butcher the name of it now, the Shakak. I'm going to say Mirage 3 just because I can't speak Hebrew. Out of all honesty, I actually do quite like the aircraft. Especially the fact that, I don't know, just I think it's probably my playstyle, I've kind of adapted to it. I mean, it's quite a comfortable plane to take out and dogfight with, particularly for its BR level. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's lit down is the fact that it hasn't got countermeasures, but you know, you can kind of make do with it, especially if you're going fast enough. You can turn predominantly quicker or tighter than most of the heat seekers that are at this BR. Plus you tend to find anyone with AIM-9Ls tends to not be very good with them. They tend to launch them, either if they launch them from head on you can dodge them pretty quickly, but if you're not paying too much attention from behind, so that's my watch, if you're not paying too much attention from behind, then usually they can obviously jump you. That's well, any heat seeker, to be honest, if you're not paying attention they will get you. So we'll try and get some more kills this game. See how well we do. Nice radar signature. There, I can see him now. Just about. There's that black dot there. Oh, try that again. No. God's sake. I'm fat fingering it now. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh shit. And then we jump. How the hell did that missile go? Oh, must have missed. No. I think I might be good here. Come on, get him. Oh, you son of a... It's the only downside of the Mirage, the fact it only has 3 missiles. So you kind of have to pick and choose your dogfight. If there's any aircraft that sees you coming, or doesn't see, if there's anyone that's trying to steal your kill, you might risk not getting them. Oh, turn away from me, turn away from me. Be careful what's on my 6. Yep. Oh, that made me jump. Oh. Oh. Oh dear, that was a jump scare and a half. Oh dear. Oh, let's try this again. I hope I don't jinx myself. Oh, I didn't delete the image. I just realised it's that I need to do. No, I still got it. So at some point today, I think actually, if I've already done that, if I've already made the video. Yeah. So what I will do. Oops. So what I plan to do is there's a video, a recording that I made of a stream yesterday of a very good game that I had. And if anyone doesn't really, I mean, I don't blame anyone, but if you don't fancy looking through the entire stream, I'll give you a chance to sit and watch this video, which I'll actually make it now if I can. I'll do that in a minute because I cannot find the video for the life of me. So I probably shouldn't do this while I'm flying. I really need to stop doing that. That's a really bad, really bad habit I have. Sorry. I found it, and I should hopefully, well, I should eventually have it up on the channel. Probably once I finish stream, I reckon. So I reckon probably about 6 o'clock. So keep an eye either between today and tomorrow, and it'll be there. No, don't go for him. I want to go for the AV8 Harrier. Because he might. I'm hoping he doesn't. Come on. Double lock, double lock. Gotcha. Hopefully he doesn't have countermeasures. Doesn't look like it. Can't missile. No. Oh, he's got flares, right. Just don't know that. What about the F5? Completely forgot about the F5. Here we go again. Alright, let's go again. It's quite long to get into a game for a change. Finally, we're in. No. Let's go. Alright. Side climb. Get the hell out of Dodge. I do not fancy getting dogged on again. Excuse me. Okie doke. So the video is slowly uploading itself now. It's literally just a standard recording. So if anyone wants to visit the stream instead, watch the whole thing in the entirety, which is about a couple of hours long, feel free. Or there's the short versions if you fancy instead. That should just... that'll work. Wow. Wow. Oh my lord, that was terrible. F104 is coming in. See you later. Whoa! I mean, mission failed successfully. That would do. Oh dear. Right. Let's go full concentration in the mode this time. And hopefully this time I'll actually be able to deflect my shots a bit better. I wonder if the Mirage 3E has countermeasures. I wonder. I'll either get back to that, or when I get back to the hangar I've got to check. I just want to make sure I do actually have countermeasures. I don't, but I could have got countermeasures if I got the Mirage 3E for France. I mean, to be quite honest, before the Israelis, or the Israeli tree came out, I was actually grinding for the Mirage 3 France. But then when they released the Israeli tree, I just thought, for one, I prefer the camo of the Israelis. I don't know why, but even though it's exactly the same as the French Air Force, except it's just the Star of David roundels as opposed to the French's roundels. Either way, finally got it. And after about a week or two of grinding with premium. I mean, I think it would have taken a lot longer if I'd stuck with free, but when I saw that they had Gaijin at half, I think it was half price sale on premium, I couldn't say no. need to stay in the mop as much as possible. That's one thing I keep forgetting with the Mirage, or any Delta Wing actually, if anyone's flying a Delta Wing. So if anyone has a flying, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but if anyone is using a flying Dorito like this, or the MiG-21, or the Draken, or any of the Swedish jets, just know that ideally you need to keep your speed up at all times and at high altitude, because the moment you lose speed you essentially lose all of your mobility, and your agile, sorry, your mobility and your agility, sorry. That's one down, that's two down. To be fair, this is actually kind of bullying, because I'm bullying their 4 Phantoms, but I mean, I'm only picking on the ones that don't have countermeasures like me. I mean, that's fair, isn't it? Ooh, good hit. Alright, let's get back into the altitude. Try and go for... Said it. Let's turn back around slowly, because you notice as soon as I do that 10G turn, 9G turn, it can't sustain it in a full turn. So ideally you want to do a very short turn and then remain at either level flight or at some form of, you know, keeping your wings at, you know, a relatively calm level, just to pick your speed up, because you will bleed speed incredibly. Let's try and go for the F4E. Oh, there's some thunder sheath there. Has he gone in? No, he's dropped his bombs. There he is. I don't think I'll be able to get him. Turn around, try and do a low. Let him cross underneath. That's that AV8. I just missed him. I don't think I'll be able to catch him. Plus, that F5's closing in on me. Better try and go one past in this Thunder Chief and then leg it. I haven't got any heat seekers, I'm going to try and use my radar. Oh, nearly. Gotcha. Come on. Slam. Oh my god, he's still flying. What? How in the hell has that happened? I was closing on him anyway. Where's that? F5's there. No. Right. Mate, why are you going for the frickin'... Oh, I know why, 'cause it's an easy kill. And he's just taken out the... No, he's taken on the... Oh well, it's done me a favour. And that's probably someone's through thinking, oh, it's really cruel leaving that MiG-23 to go out after go out on his own. Well, could have helped me, but he's not. And there's the AV8. Right, okie doke, time to leg it. Oh shit, that's a that's a missile. Oh, for God's sake. Well, I got the kill for the Thunder Chief, so I'm happy with that. Oh dear. Dear me. That was dreadful. That's actually dreadful. Let's just not pretend that that happened, okay, people? That didn't happen. Forget. Oh, 100,000 silver lions. Nice. I'm honest, if I can grind out today, and we can, if I get the Kernas 2000 unlocked by the end of today, I think I'll call that a very big success. Which is possible. Oh no. The only reason I'm saying oh no, I think, because I've just seen that F16, sorry, F86, sorry. Let's try that again, the F86, F40, and there's another one. Where's the other one? There's the F105, the A4, the Israeli A4s. So I've got a funny feeling this is a 10.0 down tier. I'll be surprised if this might even be, dare I say, 9.5 and 9.3. The only one I'll know is when I see the enemy team. If any of the enemy teams, yeah, the F86, I've got more F86s here, so it's got to be a down tier. So we should not. I don't think we'll see F8, F8U, is it F8AU or FAU? The Corsair, basically. We won't see the Corsair 2s. We shouldn't see them anyway. We might not see the MiG-21s with countermeasures, and we shouldn't see F111s. I don't think we've got an F111 aardvark here, have we? No, we've got F105. So I reckon this could be quite a good game. Obviously we'll have F5s. No, it's too early. He's coming in fast. Yeah, I better do it. He's coming in very fast. Very, very fast. That's MiG-21. Yep, he's not moving. That's hopefully got him. Hopefully. Yep, there we go. MiG-21S, yeah. So these ones shouldn't have countermeasures. There's MiG-19 there. Right, let's dive away. Let's pick up airspeed. There's Q5, which is the Chinese, I believe it's the Chinese version of the MiG-19. Yeah, it's mainly MiG-19s, Q5s, MiG-21s. Yeah. So there's no F4s. No, I'm not going for him. Lose on the airspeed doing that. The only trouble with MiG-21s is they can dodge these missiles. Or not. I stand corrected. Let's go for the A5. Because that's the biggest issue and threat. Don't fly into the flares. Don't fly into the flares. Flipping Nora. You know what's going to happen? Alright. I can better catch him because he's too fast. It accelerates me. Nope, someone else got him instead. Nice one, A4. Let's pick up airspeed. How much fuel have I got? 18 minutes? That's enough. I might try and donk on that Q5. I might better help my friend. Yeah, let's go on. He's down. He's got a head on. He wants a head on. Don't know how I missed. I'll just keep going. There's the other one. There's the MiG-19. Let's see if he launches. No, I'm pulling from him. He's not going to be able to catch me. So I might have a missile for me. No, he doesn't. Nah. Come on, mate. Follow me. I know you want to. He's desperate for me. I'm going to drag him over the airfield. I know it's a bit of a scummy move, but I want to, actually, I do, to be fair, I do want to land, get more missiles. Even though we are actually winning. Still following me? Yep. Yeah, he's still following me. Let's turn around. Oops. Let's get normal attitude. Let's turn around. Switch the engine off.
Closer to victory.
Slowly bring it into land. And I'm wondering why I turned the engine off. So, you don't have to, but I've sort of learnt the hard way. And that is, if you're obviously landing at the airfield, so for example, if I came in with that MiG-29 behind me and landed, if he had any heat seekers on him, I don't think the MiG-19 does, but if he did, he could have launched them, obviously from a lot further away, because he could lock onto the heat signature of my engine and killed me. I mean, he still could have killed me with his guns, but I've got less of a chance because he will use them first before he come in using his guns to kill me. And it gives the anti-air a chance to hit him without me taking a hit. Now I'm back with full missiles. Excuse me. Enough missiles and enough fuel now. So here's one thing I would like to see the Gaijin add, is the fuel drop tanks for the Mirage. Because they did use drop tanks, and they do have fuel tanks, but for some reason at the moment in game they don't actually have them, which is a shame. But hopefully at some point in an update in the near to future they, you know, incorporate them. Yeah, that's fine, man. Just have enough time at training, don't work too hard. And I'll be honest, I had no idea you were still here because I'm used to seeing your name pop up all the time. Yeah, good luck, and wish me all the best, because I really hope I don't scuff this and get shot down in the next 5 seconds. Although my predictions usually are pretty on point. I don't know whether I go with... Do I go... I might go link up with F-86 and the F-105, at least I can give them a bit of support if they need it. Because I think that F-86 might not have any missiles left. But yeah, he's just shooting them down now. What's that F-105 doing? He's doing gun runs. I might head towards... Yeah, I want to head towards their base, their forward base, because that doesn't have anti-air on it. And it might be the case that he's parked there, rearming and refueling. I hope that isn't the case, but you never know. Pass left, oh, pass left, oh there he is, there's one. Oh shit. Whoa, that's tight. Right, I forgot he can turn that tight. And there's the other ones behind me now. I'm not going to get into turning dogfight with him. Where is he gone? I've lost him. I've lost him. There he is. Turn. Yeah, go on. Overshoot. You know you want to. And he's just ripped his wings. Where is he? Hope I don't do the same. Air brakes. Getting quite close to the ground now. He can turn tighter than me. Get underneath him. Mind the buildings. Right by the bleeding buildings now. Go on. Nice one, Harrier. Oh, so he does have missiles. He's going in. Gotcha. And that's a win. Whew. Oh dear, I didn't think I was going to get him then. At all. For some reason I think I stopped myself from breathing. Oh dear. What's that mission maker? Delivered the first and final blow. Nice. Oh. What is watch time? Okay. I think this might be another down tier. It is. Looks like it. A32As, A3Hs, Jaguar. I said Jaguar, you said it like a bleeding American. Sorry. Jaguar, there we go. F86Fs, yep, another down tier. Oh, I'm on the A4. Let's go. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we do just as good as the last game, but you know, you never know with War Thunder. Some days it's good, some days you just want to rip your hair out. Up already, so they're very, very high up. Right. MiG-23s, careful of the MiG-23. It looks like he's going for a base, so he might just be bombing. That's not far, no, that's too far. There's an F-86 there, I could get that with my missiles. Where's that? MiG-23, they're going on for him. That's F-86K, is that the Sabre Dog? Oh, crud. Turn, turn, turn. Oh, that was close. That's what I get for being bleeding. Whoa, what am I doing? 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 There we go. Let's try that again. I need to be careful of that MiG-21, wherever he is. Maybe he's down there. Stay locked, missiles, stay locked. Get him. Get him. Ah, it's lost lock. There's no way that's got him. Never mind. There's that locking me up, someone's locking me somewhere from the front. There's that MiG-21. Have that MiG-21. How did that happen? How did I miss my shots? I seem to have gone just over his cockpit and wings. Oh dear. That's a stupid thing for me to do, wasn't it? Oh, we've got the trophy. What did I get? Oh, I need to see what I've won. Let's have a look. What did I win? 2 backup vehicles for the Shakak. Great. I mean, realistically, I should actually buy and crew the... Well, I can crew the F-16. I should better get some backup vehicles for that as well. Chinese F-100 Super Sabre. That's actually not a bad tier, to be fair. I don't know why I keep getting these decent tiers all of a sudden. My guys saying sorry for all the times it's giving me up tiers. Maybe. Who knows? Well. Okay, so I don't know if anyone is interested in grinding the Israeli tree, but I will say, if you are interested, just best advice I can give. Well, I mean, I started grinding the tree out after it obviously first released, but I've been playing since, you know, War Thunder released on PS4, so we're talking, cool, how many years is that? Eesh, I hate to imagine how many years that is, but a considerable amount of time I put into the game prior to obviously starting the Israeli tree. And obviously I've started it from, I mean, I ground the, sorry, 1 second, I ground the British tree to begin with to get the Hawk Hunter, and then ground the American tree. Oops. That was accidental. That was terrible shots. But I only got that left. What the? Oh, I can't even launch it either. It's knocked my radar out. I can't even jettison it either. Oh yeah, I might as well die. Right, sorry. So I was a bit busy killing enemy friendly aircraft by mistake. Yes. Ugh. Minus 13,000. Yuck. Yeah, so when it comes to grinding any tree, so I'll take obviously Israel to start with. So obviously you start with this, which is the, I can't remember which version it is now, but you start with the BF-109. I want to preview the aircraft. Oh, there's a customization. So you start off with this. Okay, alright, aircraft to start with for Israel. You know, I mean, you've got to bear in mind you start, oh, excuse me, you start at 3.3. So you don't start at the reserve tier. So if you was to start like I did, so I started very first for Great Britain, sorry, England. Jesus, listen to me. So, God, did I have the Fury to begin with? I think they had the Fury, the Gladiator, and the Swordfish. They might even have the Nimrod. But they didn't have this tree or this aircraft here. So I ground. Bear in mind, I did this with no premium. So I ground all the way through the aircraft. You can see that I've got Spaded, Typhoon, the Firebrand. I didn't really use the Beaufighter, the Wellingtons, the Spitfires. So the Spitfires, I didn't do that one, but I did. Where is it? I then moved it about since then. So obviously I used both of those. This is, bear in mind, these aircraft here, when I ground this tree out, they weren't folded. So I ground those down to here to get obviously the Typhoons, the next lot of Spitfires, the Firefly, the Mosquito, and the Halifax. How have I not got that Seafire yet? I must have added that recently. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But the best advice I have is realistically, depending on what tree you go for. So if you go for obviously the ground forces, sort of the same thing. So you start off at reserve, work your way down slowly. I don't tend to. So I know some people kind of, they'll stick to one line. So they'll go from here as far as they can until they stop, because for each individual rank, so rank 2, rank 1, you have to research a certain amount of vehicles in this rank here to move on to the next one. So if I go to, trying to think which one I barely use, that doesn't help, does it? I'll do Japan because I don't actually use Japan. Right, so if I was to start, obviously you've got the premiums down the side, which a lot of people do tend to go for, because they'll tend to buy like this, they'll tend to buy this. This used to be I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this, the Japanese F-86. It was like a top, at the time when I started playing, it was actually a very good, or when it was eventually released, was a very good premium aircraft to use to grind the Japanese tree out, because they didn't have, you know, people weren't often fond of the certain Japanese aircraft they had because they were quite underpowered or underdeveloped, but some are actually very good in their tiers for what they are. So if you was to research, I'm just doing a bit of homework, if you was to research like I would, if I was to start from scratch, I personally would start, I used to go from left to right, or just start researching the first line here, and then I just research each line as I go down. So I go from left to right, start here until I finish researching them. You don't have to buy them. Okay, that's the big caveat. I guess the word I could use is caveat. By researching, I mean, so I need to get 4,000 research points, and I have researched that aircraft fully, and then I can then get the B6N1. Now I can start researching that. The difference is, so here it still says rank 2 is locked, so I cannot research any of these aircraft. But if you see underneath where it says in this red, underneath the player card, the vehicle card, you've got you need to purchase 3 more vehicles from rank 1. So I could essentially research all of these aircraft to start with, and then pay for the Key 27, the Otsu, the Key 43, and the A6M4, and then I could research the B6N1, and then I can start researching and then get it. There's certain occasions, I don't know if I might be able to do it, so certain occasions where you won't actually be able to research a vehicle yet, even though you've bought, for example, you've bought enough vehicles to get into the tier. So obviously I've got here for Israel, I've researched all of the aircraft to a degree, bar the last 3 here. So I've got the Barak 2, the Kernas 2000, and the F-15, or the Baz, I think it's pronounced. I can't pronounce that probably, but the F-15. And if I highlight it, it's got the previous vehicle must be researched. So I cannot research this until I've researched this. So until I've got this fully researched, which I am 2/3 of the way through now, I can then get, or at least start researching the F-15. The F-16, it doesn't matter, because I've essentially bought the aircraft in the rank above it to start researching it. There are some instances as well where if I go to no, that's not the version. Where is it? So what I'm trying to show you is, so right, so do I not have a crew for this yet? Oh no, I do. Right. Sorry, bear with me. Right, so there's certain instances where I think since the last update, Warthrone have kind of cramped down on the issue, but if I go to let me have a look. Right, yeah. So certainly, so because I researched this a while ago now, but I never did buy it. So the previous vehicle must be purchased. So if I go up to the Brigand and I select this, I must purchase this before I can get the Hornet, and then the Swift, and then obviously, and so on and so forth. Or at least until I've caught up or fixed the tree, because since they've updated the tree, I don't know how I got a talisman for that Blenheim, or the Beaufort, sorry, I have no idea. I think I got it out of chest, out of a random, you know, you get those battle chests. But yeah, sorry. So, because they've basically folded a lot of these aircraft to kind of shorten the grind aspect of the tree itself as a whole, for me personally, I've now got to buy, it's not much of a problem, you know, it's only 105,000 Silver Lions, but I've now got to buy the Brigand, then get the Hornet, the Swift, the Jaguar, and then the Harrier, and then the Jaguar again. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. But it's a little bit frustrating, only because obviously you're trying to get to a certain plane and then you've got to go back the way you came to get, you know, so you kind of feel like you're using more SL than what you actually need, but you know, you will get them eventually. It's just difficult sometimes. Other than that, that's it. The only thing I can suggest when you're playing is look at. So, for me, I didn't. I didn't really listen to a lot of, because you have a lot of online nowadays of certain games or certain content creators and that sort of thing will say, oh, you need to do this, or this one's better, this plane's better, this tank's better, etc., etc. But for me personally, I would be quite honest and say, don't actually worry about what anyone else says. I would say, look at aircraft and tanks and play each one individually and learn from it. So if you, for example, wanted to get let me use this example. I will use the F4C Phantom just because it's my favourite aircraft. So hang on, let me just change. Why is that out? 1 second. Sorry, I'm just going to sort this out. I have no idea why I did this for the F4. What I will do is, does I not have napalm on the? So I get napalm there, but I can't put napalm there. That makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, okay, right. So I'm going to go back several updates to when the F4 was released. I didn't know how to fly it at all. I didn't know what its performance was like, but then again, no one else did. So at the time, I had researched. So for the Brits, I'd researched all the way down. Where is it? Sorry. Right, I researched all the way up to the Hawk Hunter F6, and I'd gotten the majority of the weaponry up to the SRAMs. So the SRAMs were at the time were one of the best. When they worked, very good missiles, because you only used to fight other hunters. The Javelin, which was a very broken airframe at the time because people couldn't turn with it because it was so big and clunky that guys don't actually fix his flight model properly. MiG-17s, etc. It was very, very powerful aircraft at the time, so it used to win. It used to do quite well. But I was never good at it. I was okay, but I could never get on well with the aircraft. And then the Phantom release. So at the time, I was also doing the US tree because I wanted to get the Phantom, because I knew it would come out for the American tree. I didn't think it'd come out for the British, so I ground all the way down, and plus I wanted to get the Super Sabre as well, so I ground all the way down to get to the point for both trees. Researched the F100, managed to get a talisman for it, just luck. I also managed to get out of the event. I got the event vehicle at the time, which was the Fury, because that was one of the first sort of it wasn't fully accessible, but if you did the event, it kind of broadened the availability of heat-seeking missile aircraft to War Thunder. And so I ground all the way out. The patch dropped, and started researching the F4. Got the F4 within 4 days, I think. So I started learning how to use it, and the only way I learnt how to use this aircraft, believe it or not, There was a documentary quite a few years ago now on History Channel. It used to be called, now, if anyone does remember this, you're about the same age as me, probably remember it. It's called Dogfights. And it essentially was a documentary featuring veterans from different conflicts, so from the Vietnam War, Korean War, Second World War, depicting their combat mission, like a famous combat mission or a mission that happened to them at the time, using CGI, computer generated imagery, much like War Thunder, to depict their combat. And a lot of them were on Vietnam War veterans in F4s. So listening to them, I kind of learnt how their aircraft works, because it essentially worked exactly the same because of how Gaijin have produced basically produced like the capability of aircraft and how well made their game is. So I started using it and doing quite well with the F4. And then when they released it for the British, I then did the same thing, ground and got the F4 Phantom FGR2, which in my honest opinion is, at the time, I don't know if it still is now, it probably still is, or it was. It might do when they do a BR change, or they do a, BR decompression eventually. It was one of the better Phantoms, and actually the better top tier jet for its time, mainly because of its, let me change the screen, where is it? No, that's not it. Where the hell is it? Sorry, technical difficulties. Try and do this on the fly. It is not right. Okay, there we go. Right, so these had Rolls-Royce Spey 203 engines in, whereas if I go back to the Americans, their F4s had a General Electric J79 GE15 engine. So the British decided they would take the engines out and put their own engines in. By doing so, gave it a much better thrust to weight ratio. So it essentially became, or specifically, there we go. Specifically speaking, this Phantom was, all intents and purposes, the best Phantom in the game. And I mean, as you can see, I'm not the best at War Thunder, but flying this out in game using the tricks and tips I'd learnt from a documentary proved quite beneficial, particularly when I got quite a few successful games, whether it be just assisting with helping other teammates get kills. So I just continued playing, learning as I went, but it just takes time. Like I genuinely wasn't the best, particularly when I didn't spade. I had spaded this at the time because I'd played it that much. The only thing that's left is night vision devices, so I would assume. Why is that greyed out? I don't know why that's greyed out. Oh. That is strange. I don't know why that's... Okay, fair enough. But yes, that was spaded to begin with, and that's how much I love this aircraft, and I did love the airframe. And I would say, I know a lot of people love F-16s and F-15s in real life. I will say that top tier games are very, very... what's the word? They're very competitive. So if you go into a game, I would strongly advise, particularly if you're starting out and you've only been playing maybe a couple of months, a year, to even to a couple of days, just stick to low tier to begin with. The reason being is it helps you develop, like, basically your own play style, and it helps you develop and learn the mechanics of the game itself, because there is a lot to learn, and it's something you can't necessarily pick up and play and understand within a week, because there is so much to unpack. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, we all get there eventually. Like, we're not going to be, you know, absolutely god tier people, but, you know, when you start out, you will crash, you will break your aircraft quite a lot, learning which aircraft does what and that sort of thing. But a lot of it is down to just patience and taking the time in games and just not kind of rushing in. Like, you see a lot of teammates do it. They'll kind of rush in to get a base or get ground targets or get the first kill, just to get swamped by the enemy team and get shot down within 5 seconds. And particularly with the slower moving aircraft of tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, etc., before you move into kind of the low performance jets and the high performance jets, you learn that it's mainly patience, as stupid as it sounds, because of how quick everything moves. But you need to, like, learn patience, because if you go running, it's not like a game you can run and gun. It's more of a case of you've got to think of a tactical approach, what your plane, what your tank, what your ship's good at, and then kind of play on your strengths as opposed to your weaknesses, because a lot of the time you'll get shot down because you're not tending to your aircraft's strengths. And not only that, you'd also learn a lot of aircrafts and their weaknesses, but again, that will take time, because each aircraft's different, and there is thousands of vehicles to learn, absolutely thousands. I mean, a lot of the time, I know some people, like one of my friends, he strictly plays, at the time anyway, he strictly played tanks, mainly because he loves ground forces, and he loves, what tank did he want? It was the Tiger, I think it was the Tiger 1 or the Tiger 2, might have been the Tiger 2. Absolutely loved that tank for Germany, and he started grinding the tree out for that. But he always said to me that he struggled with getting kills. Ironically, he said he struggled getting kills in arcade, but he was doing a lot better in realistic, which, I'll be honest, I'm actually the opposite. I don't like arcade gameplay for ground realistic, but I actually love ground arcade. The main reason being is because with ground arcade you kind of get a guaranteed 3-time respawn, whereas ground realistic you don't, which is a shame really, because I do sort of wish I forgot it was behind me, sorry. Right, so yes, you do sort of learn very quickly. Yeah, so where was I? Ground arcade, yes. So ground arcade I prefer, just because you get that guaranteed 3-player respawn. I used to love air arcade to begin with, just because, again, excuse me, you do get that you do that guaranteed respawn. So if you go into air arcade, if you have 4 aircraft unlocked, you can go in and use every single one of those aircraft, and then go back in game, go back to the hangar, and then respawn and go again. Whereas air arcade, obviously, as you notice, I'll get obliterated out of the sky, go back, and go again. and that's only because Air Arcade, particularly in, I'll probably say from 9.0 upwards, essentially it's from like I'd say it's from maybe the early stage, middle stage jets. So if you think just after the Meteor, I don't know why I'm using the British tree, just because I know the British tree better. I'd say it's probably just after the. I would say it's either just after the Meteors, but I'm trying to think where the F-86 sits in the American tree. If you look at the F-86 and the Meteor, which I think is 9.5, 9.3, maybe 9.0, you tend to find you get more games in realistic with those than you do any other plane. Maybe even actually the higher tier props. So the Spitfire Griffin, which I believe the one I'm thinking of is the Mark 24. So that'll be the Spitfire with the Griffin engine in it. So it'll be one of the most powerful Spitfires built, and that's in quite a lot in realistic as well. But no, you will get there eventually. Everyone does. I mean, I still go back and play arcade just because I prefer it. Sometimes, especially if I want to just relax and chill. I don't really want to just get actually jumped on by enemy aircraft. I will just go into arcade and enjoy that. I mean, if you're starting out or you have been playing for a while, and people have been, and you might have been getting a lot of feedback with people going, "Oh, why are you playing arcade? Or why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" Just don't listen to them. Just stick to what you want to do. The biggest lesson I've got is stick to your aircraft strengths. And trust me, you will learn your aircraft strengths. It does take time, but you will get there. That's not going to get him. If that does, I'll eat my hat. And no, it didn't. Yes. So, I mean, the best advice is always the worst advice. I mean, it will always take some getting used to. Right, best RTB, because I am badly damaged. Oops. That's what I always say, just always remember, whatever games you have, just go in to enjoy the game. Each aircraft, again, is different, so if you feel I might actually go for it. He doesn't actually see me, because he's turning into me. He's turning into me. So, another thing to learn and to understand and remember is I'm in a stall. Yeah, that's got me. That's 100% got me. No. I have no way I was going to dodge that. I should have just gone back to base. Yeah, so where was I? So each aircraft, when you kind of start a game, or when you're new to War Thunder, excuse me, each tank, each boat, each ship, sorry, don't say boat, that'll upset someone somewhere. Each ship, each aircraft, each tank, helicopter doesn't really count, because they're all basically the same. They just fly in, do some damage, and fly off out. But each aircraft, each tank, each ship, each has, if you select it like that, will tell you what it's. See where it says Spitfire Mark 9, and just underneath it, it's got a little diamond with fighter underneath it. and also if I go here, Firefly is a strike aircraft and a naval aircraft. Then goes to Mosquito, strike aircraft, and then goes to Halifax. It's a long range bomber. So each of these is essentially a different role that it does. So best way I can describe it is, for example, Spitfires, Tempests, Seafires, very, very good at dogfights with other small aircraft of its class. So the 109s, the Zeros, Yaks, the LA9s, I think, LA5s, that sort of thing, Yaks and MiGs, etc. Very good at dogfighting with each other. Different attributes between each one, like boom and zoom tactics of... you kind of notice how I do it with the Mirage. I'll kind of go in at a straight angle, launch a missile, or in this case a gun run, turn and climb and go back up into my altitude, and then level off and regain level flight. Or you could turn fight, so the early stage Spitfires, so the Mark 2s, Mark 1, and my favourite, the Mark 5s. Where is it? Where is it? Is that it? No, that's not the one. Sorry, I'm trying to find it now. Is that it? No, that's not it. Where in hell is that? Sorry, I'm struggling to find the aircraft now. It should be here. That's not it. There it is. It's further down, that's why. Right, there we go. So my favourite is the Mark 5C Spitfire. Main reason being is because out of all of the Spitfires up to that point, they only come with 2 cannons and 4 303 machine guns, or 7.7mm machine guns. And the issue I always had was the 303 machine guns. They do lack stopping power. So when you get into a dogfight with other aircraft, particularly at that battle rating, the 303 machine guns, they're pretty good at sending a volume of fire out, but you struggle to destroy anything because they lack that damage potential. But the 5C, this particular tropical version here, it comes with 4 20mm Hispano cannons, which do make up for that lack of stopping power. Okay, they have a very light, small ammo cap, 480 rounds, but it's still better than machine guns. But as you go through, so what I'll do is I'll hop into a game now. Okay, didn't realise it'd be that quick. So for example, you're like me, you've just taken the Mirage out, or the Shakak, whatever you want to call it. So here we are, we're in game. I've got 2 AIM-9D IR heat-seeking missiles on the wings, and essentially I've mounted a Matra radar-guided missile. So as my role, which is a jet fighter, so the Mirage 3 is is known as an interceptor. So it was designed to go very quickly, take off, climb to altitude, and attack Russian heavy bombers during the height of the Cold War. Provided if the Cold War ever did turn hot, which thankfully it didn't. So in game, you pretty much do the same thing. So I will climb to altitude. I will usually use the the Matra first at high altitude, just because the early stage radar that the Mirage has doesn't have post Doppler, so I cannot lock on to any aircraft that goes either towards the ground or low altitude. It just won't pick it up. So I'll use that first, then use the AIM-9s at low altitude, coupled with the 2 DEFRA 30mm cannons, which are located just underneath the air intake, so you can probably see there. But again, I'll do the same thing, climb, keep my speed up, and go into dogfight. For the Mirage, you don't really want to drop your speed below 500 kilometers an hour. If you do, you're going to be very easy to pick off, just because you lose that maneuverability and that speed. Because the quicker you are, the more quicker you can actually pick up your top speed and outspeed anything. If you're going quick enough, or fast enough, sorry, you will actually outspeed the F5s that usually plague this tier. They're quite easy to outspeed, provided you are keeping close, you know, you're giving a close eye on them, because they can obviously got him, because you can obviously get dumped on if you're not careful. For example, now I've just taken that F5, the F4E. Now I'm coming in on the F5, keep the afterburner lit, launch the aim 9, turn, because I do not want to turn with that F5. Launch that, it's going to be too tight. I'll just keep the speed up and go. Check behind me. No one behind me bar the F8, which has got a missile on me. Turn. And thankfully I didn't miss it. I think I should have turned probably a bit earlier, but never mind. But it's the same thing. So certain aircraft, as I say, they have strengths and weaknesses. Just depends which one you want, but you learn that very quickly. So if you're kind of stuck for, you know, so example, you've just I'll stick with Israel, just because I'm obviously using Israel. Just, excuse me, just say I've got the Mark 9C, the Mark 9C Spitfire. I've just unlocked it, and I've never played it before. So what you could do is take it out for a test fly. Yeah, sorry. Completely forgot what I was doing there. Oh, Jesus. Right, test fly. So, it's the whole point of a test fly. You take it out for a test fly, see if you like it. So here we are, Mark 5C. I've got it set to realistic battles. It's been a while since I've flown one of these. God, it feels so slow. My God, I've not played props in so long. So, you take it out, give it a little fly, you know, test the roll rate. So you can test the guns, see what they like, see what they like, etc. But what you can do is, if you tested it, you think, oh, you know, I quite like it, or so for example, you've bought it, you've thrown it out a couple of games, and you just can't seem to gel with it. If you go down, select it, and click more information, you'll be taken. You can either do this on your phone as well. Just go to the War Thunder wiki page, it'll take you to the aircraft that you're looking at. And it will say, so you can scroll down and it'll give you a brief description of the aircraft itself, so its history. You can scroll down, it'll tell you its flight performance, its characteristics, details. So it'll tell you it doesn't have combat flaps or takeoff flaps, but it's got landing flaps, no air brakes, no arrestor gear, so it's not a carrier aircraft. So also here it tells you, oh, so that's quite interesting. So I didn't actually know this. I've not actually really given it a proper in-depth look. I've sort of proofread, you know, a page or two as I've looked at my aircraft I've been using. So the kilometers an hour, so if you do over 774 kilometers an hour, the wings will rip. You'll rip the gear off at 270 kilometers an hour. The landing gear will come off at 230 kilometers an hour. So the max G you can pull, So you can pull a maximum G of -7 and +12 G in a turn. And that's just the optimal velocity so that's probably I'm guessing that's the speed of each component. So there you go, that's the max speed. So if you exceed 774 kilometers an hour, predominantly you'll probably exceed that in a dive if you're not careful. You'll rip the wings and destroy the aircraft, so you'll basically just kill yourself in realistic battles. And gives you a little brief description of the aircraft itself, and the modifications and the economy, how much things cost. That'll tell you its mods, I'm guessing. So if I click, it won't let me. Never mind. There we go. It's tells you the armament. There's a suspended ornaments, or I can't even speak today. Jesus Christ. And then there you go. So you've got usage in battle. So it tells you that the most potent will be the BF-109s and P-51s. It's due to their superior acceleration, especially at altitude above 5 kilometers, where the Spitfire loses engine power. A better alternative is fighting around 3 to 4 kilometers. However, at this BR, fighters like the FW-190 and P-47 will outrun you, but not outrun the Spitfire. However, your good climb rate means that getting to 4 kilometers is faster compared to any other planes, like the ones mentioned earlier. And you should use your superior agility to lure boom and zoom fighters to lower altitude and force them into a turn fight at which the Spitfire excels. Spitfires has always excelled at turn fighting, but I'll show you one in a minute that won't actually excel as much. Note to initiate a turn fight, pilots should be flying around 350 to 400 kilometers an hour. This is due to low energy retention, and thus prolonged fights with enemies should be avoided, especially enemies initiate a fight at high speed. Only planes that will be consistently outrun you are all models of the A6M0 and the A7M Ripu. That's how you pronounce that. I cannot see that properly, so my screen, it may look very clear on yours. I'm actually looking quite far away, so I can't actually see it that well. And scroll all the way down, and then it will tell you pros and cons of your aircraft. So, we know that it's got a good roll rate, good low altitude performance. It's got a large ammo supply for the cannons. Machine guns pretty good for high ammunition, particularly if you're like new to fighters and stuff. Similar, so the muzzle velocity for both the MGs and the cannons are both the same, so it makes it easier to aim. So you can concentrate your fire for both sets of machinery to get maximum lead down range, and you've got an amazing climb rate when upgraded. So I would say ignore this. So if you was to look at that and think, oh, I've got a really good climb rate, if you've only just unlocked that aircraft, I would always say treat your aircraft as if it climbs very terribly to begin with, because it will climb very terribly. Each aircraft does, and then when you upgrade it completely, when you get the full modifications, you'll be able to climb a lot better. So there we go. So it does this. What it doesn't tell you. So that would have been handy to know to begin with. So obviously the aircraft is more likely to jam. Yep, the poor MGs, so the 303 machine guns don't do a very good damage output. So you're not very good at high altitude, and you've got poor acceleration to begin with. Roll rate compression, so you cannot actually roll as well going above 400 kilometers an hour. And you are also prone to fires. So overall, we know this Israeli Spitfire Mark 9C, regardless, even if it's Israel or Great Britain, we know that they're great at turn fighting, not very good in a climb, very good in a dive, and very good at a turn fight at low altitude. and then other aircraft that I will show you quickly. So the one that's not very good at turning very well is this one, the Mark 9C CW. Main reason being is the clip of the CW, obviously for clipped wings. So the elliptical wing of the Spitfire, unfortunately, is clipped off. This was mainly during the Second World War when the FW-190 came onto the field and the Spitfire first went up against them. They realised that the FW just beat them in turn fighting and just beat them in performance overall, and they were struggling to essentially fight them back. And it turns out that they had an idea of what would happen if we clipped the wings off the Spitfire. So they just clipped the wings off at the ends, and then they realised it actually then performed better at low altitudes, particularly with roll rates, and it could actually match an FW-190 temporarily, particularly the earlier models. But yeah, that's pretty much it really. What you can expect for learning, an aircraft's weaknesses and strengths. It does take time, but as I said, you do get there eventually. That's it really. That's the best advice I've got. I guess the only thing is, like, if you feel, because I know someone was saying quite a while back now, they get quite frustrated or get quite bored with the game, and I'll be honest, I do as well. Like, since, as of recent, I've not streamed or played. I've actually not played War Thunder a lot on stream, particularly for quite a while, and that's because I didn't enjoy it as much. Kind of multitude of reasons. One of them was just the lack of, like, the grind just felt insufferable, because you would do very badly and get, you'd get it just feel like you're not even bothered trying, because you'd go in, like I would go in sometimes into a game, I'd get shot down within the first 5 minutes, or I'd get my time getting set up and still get shot out the sky, and I'd think, what's the point? Why did I try? Because I'd be at a loss, because I would spawn in, get shot down, I'd go back obviously to the hangar, my team would still lose, and I'd be like minus 10,000 silver lions, and a lot of the time you used to find that you would hemorrhage silver lions all the time. It was just frustrating. Obviously since then they've done a lot of updates, and particularly with the actual economy side of things, it doesn't feel as bad as what it had been. It's far from being perfect, because there's a lot of parts of the game which I think do need to be worked, particularly the game modes themselves, because at the moment, I do agree with what someone, I can't remember who said it now, but someone did say a lot of it is, or at the moment it is like a battle royale. You fly in, you get maybe a kill or two, or it's basically the last team standing, and then that's it, and it's sort of frustrating, because you would you would think that you could come in to a game, play the objective, kind of like, think of how Battlefield used to be. So Battlefield 3, Battlefield 1942, I think it was 1943, kind of the early stage Battlefield games. They were a lot of like objective based gameplay, and it would reward you for objective based gameplay, and I think that's what we need back. That's what we need in War Thunder, is a lot of it. I think you need more rewards for objective based gameplay. Let's keep an eye. That big 2-1's coming for me, innit? There is a... Yeah, come on. So let me just deal with this right now. It's got 21 on my 6. Oh, he's got... Oh, not there ya! See you later. His mate's on my 6 as well now. Buddy! You've got to be careful. He's down. Just shot his wing off. He's gone. Did I get him as well? Must have done, surely. Must have done. Okay, I didn't. Don't know how that works. Yeah, so I think there are a lot of things that need to be worked into game. There's one thing I do miss quite a lot actually is so one of the things I did for the British, which did actually help me grinding the tree out. Goshen did a special event. I wouldn't call it an event, but it was, I guess, an event. It's the only word I can think of used to describe it. You would do it was a realistic game, a realistic battle. Excuse me, realistic battle enduring confrontation. So they were, hang on. They were game modes where they were essentially game modes where they would last for an exceptional amount of time, and you had essentially like a fixed BR bracket. So let's say from 9.0 to 10.0, and you could only have certain nations for certain teams. So you had to have, I think it was, if I remember rightly, it was American and British, tier, as early stage tier 1, between tier 1 and tier 3, I think. Tier 3 was all of tier 3 and a little bit of tier 4, if I remember rightly. For one side you had the Americans and the British, and then on the other side you had the Germans. So essentially it was a massive game, sort of like this, but bigger. So if I could, I wonder if I can zoom out of this map. No, I can't. Zoomed out fully. So it was a lot bigger than this. I don't know if you have seen them, so I think I have played on some of the maps where they've been really, really large maps. You would come in and you would essentially take maybe 5 to 10 minutes. You'd have to take off. I flew out the Lancaster, and I used to fly from I met up with another bomber, American B-17. We squadded up, we flew from our base, we flew at our high altitude to like now, so like these bases, these small little red bases, we hit all 4 of them and then started attacking the airfield. And then we'd fly back, refuel, rearm, take off and do it again. But the best thing about the game mode was you could respawn. So if someone, like for example a fighter came in, attacked us, shot us down and killed us, if we had enough Silver Lions or we had another aircraft, we could actually choose to fly out that other aircraft or fly the exact same one we'd just flown out. So me and this other guy that was in this game mode together, we were just taking off, flying around, attacking bases, dropping bombs on the air base, and then returning back to base and doing that together and just having a nice time. And it was good because we managed, or I personally managed to grind out, I think I ground out essentially near enough the entire I'll have to check it in a minute, but I ground out a large proportion of the modifications for Lancaster just by doing that. I think I got quite a significant amount of silver lions for it as well. And it was great. You know, it was great fun, particularly the maps were so big, because it wasn't like a giant cesspit of, like this is, it's not like 6, 7, 8 aircraft on one enemy. It's, you know, basically like, almost like one-on-one dogfights. You know, you would come in, dogfight with someone, and then either get shot down or shoot them down, and then go again, or go back to base, rearm, refuel, and, you know, look for someone else. You know, it was great fun. I do not know how I missed that at all. Do not ask me. But yeah, no, it was good. And I do sort of hope that Gaijin do incorporate that mainly into, basically into all games really. Just make the games last longer. Now, even if they have, because, you know, I think it would technically, you know, they could, I wouldn't say they could lower the amount of lower the amount of servers they have, but they could make the like shrink the servers a little bit, so they can have less. You could have less servers and more. Obviously, you have more bigger games, which means you can have more people in them, which I do like the sound of. I mean, I would love to have a big game mode. I mean, it's sort of, I mean, in one way it kind of, I mean, personally I think it would actually kind of make realistic battle more accessible, because I know, particularly for higher tier, particularly now anyway, you've got all these air superiority fighters, which, you know, it's great, but I mean, don't get me wrong, all these jets now, all the modern jets, the F-16s, F-15s, you know, I'm not going to say the F-35, but, you know, the Typhoon that's going to eventually come to game, even though that is technically a multi-role fighter, the Dassault Rafale for France, they're going to have, you know, each of these, all of the aircraft at some point, they're all, or even now, they're all multi-role, so you could essentially have all these big games. Imagine it, you've got some that go out with bombs, some go out with rockets, some, you know, I mean, I know a lot of people will probably just stick with just AR and IR and IR and radar missiles, sorry, just to attack enemy fighters, but I think if you increase the rewards for ground targets, for completing objectives and destroying bases, I think you kind of, if you draw an incentive as if you make an incentive, yes, sorry, if you can make an incentive, or have an incentive, sorry, for doing certain objectives, I think you'll kind of draw people away from just the constant stomping of enemy fighters, particularly if you have it as unlimited respawns. So if you did away with, so I think if you was to bring in what they had with LRB Enduring Confrontation, I think what you would have to do, just to balance it, is do away with the SL cost of respawn. So, for example, if I was to die now and go back, yeah, so depending on how long I've been alive for in game, every minute costs me 1,289 silver lions. Whereas if I was to obviously die after a while, if I don't get any kills or anything, I am basically minus, for example, 3,000 silver lions. I think if you did away with that, or even the retrain costs. So I think one thing they kind of need to do away with is if you, or they could even do it something differently. So if, hang on, sorry, let me just deal with, because he's coming for me. I don't know how the hell I did manage to survive that. So pretty much with no, oh, thank God. Wow. Oh, that was so close. Stupid radar missile locked onto the bleeding friendly Draken. Yeah, so where was I? So I think what they could do is keep the SL cost. So for example, if you have, like me, if I go to this crew, I have fully maxed out this crew. So they are fully experienced with as a gunner aimer, so as a gunner, as a pilot, and logistical services. I think it should do away with this. I think. Oh, that's tempting. That is actually really tempting. No, won't do it. Right, sorry. If I have to do away with this, to do away with this whole concept, right? But keep, like, obviously these bars, these like progression bars, and then, so for example, every time I buy an aircraft, I now have to pay an extra. So I've got to pay 270,000 silver lions just to use this aircraft for this crew. I think they should keep that, but only, so if I go here, so I've still got to pay X amount to get these aircraft to use here, right? But if I go, I can't even see them. I've not actually chosen a vehicle yet, so if I go, I'll use America as an example. So I haven't fully done all of their research yet, right? So if it doesn't matter how far I am into any of these, even if I've got this complete, if I've got this complete, this is complete, all of these are complete, bar this one here, so their weapon maintenance, I would still have to pay, for example, if I was for Israel, I would still have to pay the 270,000 silver lions to get them to crew, the aircraft. If I've got it fully maxed out and I've bought the aircraft, it shouldn't cost a thing, because I've already took the time and effort to get the crew fully maxed out, so therefore it's free. And then when you go out into the Ristic enduring confrontation battles, this max repair cost is gone, because you constantly are flying out, you're constantly flying out, you're obviously getting shot down, going back out, so you're essentially doing like multiple games one after the other. So you would be paying 15,000 silver lions per respawn. So I would essentially lose, so for example, if I was to go out and lose, I don't know, hang on, where's my phone? Maths is my strong point, but I need to visually do it. So if I've got 1,604,000 46,000 silver lions, and then I go out, it's 15,000. So if I go out into one game and I lose 8 times, if I die 8 times, I don't get any points whatsoever. That's 120,000 silver lions I've lost. Okay. So to prevent that, why is all that chat coming up now all of a sudden? I don't know why it does that sometimes. So I think personally, what they have to do is do away with that for a start. That's just a start in the right direction, to do away with the repair costs. And I think you need to have some form of incentive to train the other crews, because honestly, you just need the one crew and that's it. I know some people have got multiple crews like I have for Great Britain and the USA, but that was because at the time I was predominantly using air. I was using arcade for ground and air arcade, so I just had to like help grind the tree out. So you got each of these 3 columns. I had obviously a fighter line, a navy fighter line, an attacker line, and then a bomber line, and then used each aircraft as I died through the arcade game that I was playing, just to grind the tree out. And I mean, unless you're going to play obviously air arcade all the time, or grand realistic battles where you get what's it? Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. You get mixed battles. That's the thing I was looking for. Mixed battles. There's not really an incentive to have a full hangar of crew members. I mean, the only other time that I see people that have crew, like multiple crews, that predominantly play our realistic battle is because they've got, for example, I think there was someone that I had in a game with me. He was taking out a 10.0 aircraft because his top tier jet, the flanker that he had, was on crew lock. It wasn't on crew lock, sorry, it was on repair lock. So he's turned off auto repair. And I would say that's a good idea. I mean, I had that for the Thunder Chief, the F105, but I had it on for a little while just to try and draw silver lions back up because I'd lost so many. But yeah, I think there's a lot of things. I think that's what I like about this game. It's just, there's a lot that can be done. There's a lot that could be fixed, a lot that could be that doesn't need fixing. It all just depends. It just depends on your viewpoint. That's what I do like about this game, is that there's a lot of people that say, you can all either agree on different things or agree and disagree on the same subject and different topics and that sort of thing. And I strongly believe that at some point, or not even at some point, I think we are going to get, some updates which will be really, really good to the game. I would like to see it incorporate more more separate ideas and that sort of thing into the game, to sort of maybe not, I wouldn't say even bring in new people, because I would like to see more people brought in, but I think there's a lot of people that might be put off. It's missed. Yeah, that happened, so they did that. Just bail out, mate. That's got him. Yeah, we shall see. Obviously, if anyone has any other questions, or if anyone does actually have any questions for me, do ask. I'll try and answer them as best I can. If not, I am dreadfully sorry. Whoa, didn't see him. I didn't think it was coming for me. Lost the winglet. And the IIIC's down. Let's go back to base. Oh, coming for me now, isn't he? No, he's going. Whoa, that missed. You're not very good at this, are you? I'll pick up speed. He's disengaged now, he's going for the Draken's on his 6. Right, I shall turn back to base. I've got an oil leak, better hurry up. I better go to the close one, I think. Yeah, it goes to the close one. Oh, there's no point, because we won. Never mind. I'll try and land anyway, even though we've won the game already. Oh well, doesn't matter. 1 kill, it's better than nothing. So how far am I from the Kernes 2000? Oh wow, nearly there. 115,000 RP left. It's not bad. That's it, climbing again. Do this all again. Quite a level of fours in this game, especially on my team anyway. Couple of A10s, Su-25s, F111 Aardvark, Tornado. Sort of tempted to finish the Israeli air tree and then try and finish Spade in the Tornado, but oh god, better be careful. No, he has flares. That's killed me. Oh, he missed. That works. Oh wow. Didn't think I'd get that, but fair enough. I'm relatively pleased with myself. Getting close on that A10 because he's going to keep dropping flares. You know these two MiGs have got him. Or not. Yep, there, got him. So that was F4, let's try getting me. That got him. There's an F5, but go for the F5. IIIC is going to be fine because he's got 3 people on him. There's no way he's going to be able to get out of that. Yeah, I got him. C-turn, and he's crashed. Well, it's pointless. Alright, just texting one of my friends. Just need to find out if it's still up for golf tomorrow. Yeah, doesn't matter, either way I'll be doing that in the morning. And then I should be back in the afternoon for some streams. Might not do my voice, might do, I'm not too sure yet. Just depends how well it's received. Now how many missiles did he launch? He launched 3 or 4. If he launched 4, he's got no more missiles left. And this is saving that one for me. Sod it, launch that as a head on, because it's not going to go head on, but it might. How the hell? Oh, it's gone down anyway. So there, we've done it. 6 left. 2 left. I won't be staying. No way. So what did I kill? I must have killed. Where is it? So I've just never seen this, sorry. I'm just getting really sidetracked. Okay. Anyway, right. Must have been that. Or, yeah, because it must have been that, or... Because it wouldn't have been this. It's not the EJ car. It's the EJ. ADTW. So that's M7s, M9Ps. Does it have a nose mounted cannon? Yes, it does. Yeah. Back to grindstone we go. Character might be, is it a Lancer, or whatever it's called, I can't pronounce it very well, but if it is, it's going to drop players and defeat my Matra, although it might not if it keeps flying straight and level. No, it's not. Thank you very much. That'll do. Let's get out of here. Ain't gonna get me. I'm gonna dive. That is gaining on me. There's the missile. Where is he? I think he may have just ripped his wings. No, he hasn't. Have that MiG-21. I was going to fly through the flares. Got him. So one thing I always get worried about is if they fly through the flares and the countermeasures of a friendly, chances are the missile will miss. Because I have done that before. I've had I think it was an A-10 on my 6, and I flew past a friendly who had just dropped countermeasures, and the AIM-9L actually went for that as opposed to me, which was a lot of help. So MiG-21, there he is. That's pulling away from me, so it's got to do a lot of catching up. Hopefully it does. I mean, I could go for him, but no, he's going away from. There's no way I would be able to get him. I'll go for this guy first. How's the AMX going? Is he swinging on his 6? Yeah, he's swinging on him. He's breaking into my attack. Go up, turn over and around. Where is he? There he is. Go on, AMX. See you later. Let's get back into altitude. Still over 500 kilometers an hour, 900, nearly 1,000. Closer. Oh! How do they do that, flares? Oh, heads up. Nice one. I've got 12 minutes of fuel left. I've got enough time, I suppose, but I don't really want to risk it. Besides, I've only got one enemy left, I think. So by the time I go back and chill, I will say, when as a word of advice, so when it comes to playing RB, realistic battles, air realistic battles, it's got an objective. I don't know what objective I got. Fair enough. Must be I've got the most kills, I suppose. That is, when you come into air realistic battles, obviously you've only got the one respawn. Other advice I have. How much have I got left to research? Not bad, I'm nearly there. 98,000. Oh, I've got 3 kills. What's the objective?